I was just sitting here writing an article to the post that I actually just made in regards to an exercise, a technique that I implement in helping to get rid of overwhelm, frustration, and anger. And one of the things that hit me as I was writing the article is that when we discover a problem, we start to try to fix it. But sometimes what we don't realize is the problem that we're trying to fix is actually not the problem at all. It is actually a consequence or a result of the real problem. For instance, with our dishwasher, when it was leaking and we were getting that smell for several weeks, we would walk in the house and be like, "Oh, what is that awful smell?" And we would instantly grab the orange oil, we would grab the trash cans, all this stuff, trying to get rid of that smell. We washed the trash cans, we washed around the sink, we washed under the sink. We were doing everything we could to get rid of it. And the orange oil would help, but what we realized, it was only masking the smell. Because then the next day, we would start to smell it again, and then boom, we would get hit with it again. It's like, "Oh, are you kidding me? This is awful." Well, how many times in life do we just do that? Do we just work on we try to cover up the problem, or we will even, try to fix something that really is not the problem at all? I mean, obviously, we sat there for weeks trying to get rid of the smell, cleaning with orange oil, putting on, cleaning up the counter, emptying the trash, cleaning the trash can, scrubbing all around and everything. And it didn't matter what we were doing. We were still just hitting the surface when the problem was actually down here. It was underneath the dishwasher. And until we get to that underneath problem or underneath that dishwasher, we will not get rid of the problem. We'll not be able to even start to heal from the problem. And a lot of times when we get our emotions, we react. We react out. Our husband says something, or our wife says something, and we explode. Our children say something, boom, we explode. Well, our explosion really is not anything to do with the situation. It's actually something that's much greater and deeper inside that is causing us to explode. The more I realize how much garbage we have stored in our bodies and in our subconscious that we've never dealt with, the more I realize that these simple little techniques which I talked about, of writing your feelings down, tearing it up and throwing it away, are so powerful. And if you do these techniques, they will help you. They will help you to start to deal with the problem, the real problem. Not the surface problem, but the real problem, the real core issue. And as you start to deal with that core issue, you then can start really moving forward with much greater success and happiness. Because as we start to deal with the core issue, as we start to write and let go and find these emotions, you'll discover that as you start writing, that then your mind takes you off, almost seems like a tangent. Go with it, follow it, because your brain has connected wherever it's going to this emotion, to this frustration, to this anger, to this overwhelm, to this resentment. It doesn't matter what the emotion is, let it go. You may start out saying, "I'm overwhelmed," and end with anger. Or you might start off with feeling frustrated and end with, your dog died when you were a 2-year-old kid. Let your emotions flow. Write it down. Let it go. That is the process. It's a simple process, but it works if you do it. And that helps us to start discovering that core, the real issue, the core, not the surface issue, the core of the problem. And as you discover the core of the problem, then you can deal with it. Because if you don't deal with the core and it's just sitting out here, well, you can take this surface issue and you can say you're getting rid of it. You can say, okay, I've talked to a therapist, or I talked to a doctor, or I've talked to this. But if the core issue is something that you're not dealing with, it's still there. And it will just manifest itself in other ways. So if this core issue, I feel like I'm threatening you, I apologize. I'm going to get something else. So let's just say this is the core issue. This is better. If this is the core issue, and I keep just kind of polishing it and trying to make it go away, but I'm not actually dealing with what the core issue is, it will not go away. And this core issue is heavy. It is burdensome. It causes pain. It causes frustration. It causes all the feelings, these negative emotions that you're experiencing. And so we don't want to just polish it. We want to find it, crush it, and throw it away. That is the insight that I got as I was sitting here writing this article. So I hope you enjoyed this additional little bonus today. Have a great day.